Hi and good morning. This is Danielle with the Crafty Spoonful, and you are watching Crafts and Coffee. Today we are going to be going over the Trolls movie night that we put together at my son's school. It was really fun, a great event, and the kids all loved it. So first off, how we put it together, really simple. We just sent out an email to all the parents letting them know that we were going to have a movie night, and made sure to let them know exactly what was going to happen at the event. We had them bringing their own blankets so that they could come into the auditorium, set up their own little station for their family, and sit down to watch the movie. And then we also had snacks for them to buy, as well as a few items for them to grab for free. So the snacks that we offered were really simple. We had pizza, we had nachos, and we had cupcakes. One of the moms made the cupcakes, Carrie's Cupcakes here in San Diego. She is awesome. She has amazing cakes. So with the food, we had that all set, and then we also had some popcorn for free, as well as some troll punch. Now, troll punch, really simple, just tropical punch. We just made it from a concentrate, put it in a big container, and then labeled it with this cute little sign that I made in PicMonkey. So I just grabbed the photo of the troll hair and the logo from the movie online, and then put that together in PicMonkey and printed that out. And then the sign really quickly was, you know, movie night, trolls, bring a blanket, food will be sold by 7th grade, and then what time the movie started. We wanted to set up the movie a little early, so we had them come an hour before the movie started so that they can get food, start some crafts that we had for them, and just enjoy their time together with their friends before the movie started. So that was the basis for our Trolls movie night. And what I try and do with the movie nights that I've hosted, and I've only hosted one prior to this, is have an activity for the kids to do with their friends. I found that my kids really love going and spending some time with their friends and running around, but they also like to be hands-on and get crafty. So what we've done is we have taken a Trolls headband that our friends over at DIY Inspired created, and kind of modified it so that the kids could do it themselves and they wouldn't have to have too much parent involvement with the craft. So we had a Trolls headband station, and then we printed out a few coloring sheets for those who didn't want to make headbands, and they enjoyed coloring with their friends as well. So it was such a hit that all of the headbands that I purchased on Amazon were used up by the kids, and even the one that I had set aside to show you guys how to make it was used because there was such a high demand for the troll bands. So I have borrowed one of my daughter's headbands that her friend decorated for her with a little bow, and I'm going to turn that into a troll headband for you guys to see how it looks. So first things first is I just purchased like 25 headbands on Amazon, super inexpensive, and then 25 rolls of different colored tulle so that the kids could decide what color they wanted their troll's hair to be. Now, I purposely did not create a sample for the kids at the event. I wanted them to kind of figure out on their own how they wanted to decorate their troll headbands, and I loved how they decided to do it. So one of the little girls came up to me and goes, "Can I use multiple colors?" And I'm like, "Of course you can use multiple colors." And then she asked, "Can I make a pattern?" And I'm like, "That is awesome." So she went and she made her own pattern with various different colors and really created something that she loved and was proud of at the end of the night. So what I did was I showed them how to tie the tulle onto the headband, and I only showed one child how to do it. That child then went and showed the other kids exactly how to tie it, and then it took off from there. So basically, I was hands off except for gluing on the little flowers that the girls wanted to have on their headbands. So I'm going to show you guys real quick how I showed them how to tie on the tulle. And it's just like if you've made a tutu or any of those types of tulle-based crafts, it's the same concept. So you take a piece of tulle, and I just did it, you know, like 12 inches by 12 inches so that it kind of stands up, and you fold it in half, and then you have a loop. And then you just take your headband and and you put it, so I had them put it down on the table so that they could see that the loop was on this side and the tool was over here. And then I had them pull it through. Now some kids decided to just tie it on. So instead of doing this, they took their tool and they just put it around and tied it on. And that's how they wanted to do it. That was perfectly fine. I let them do whatever they wanted to do, and as long as they were having fun with it, I was happy. And they really did have fun with it. So 2 different ways to do it. You have the way that I did it with the loop, and then just tying it right on right here. The loop kind of gives it a little bit more volume, but honestly, if the kids want to do it, that's fine. So I have decided with this one that because I have a green headband, I'm going to just do pink and green to kind of show you guys how doing the patterns looks, because at first I was like, oh, they're just going to choose one color and that's what they're going to do. So whatever color their headband was, again, you loop and put it through. Whatever color their headband was, that's what they were going to choose the colors. No, they went and they chose all these fun colors, made rainbows, made different patterns. One did an Americana themed, so she had red, white, and blue. And they just really got into it and got creative. One thing that I did notice and I didn't realize, the boys were just as into it as the girls were. They wanted to make troll headbands too. So they went ahead and did all but putting on the flower at the end. And I have in the description of the video, I have the link to exactly where you can find DIY Inspired's posts on how to make these, so that if you want to do these with your kids, you can go ahead and grab that information from her. But if you do want to have your kids do them, sometimes just having them do their own thing works really well once you show them one way to do it. So I have just about all of these on here. I'm almost done. And then I will show you guys how to make the felt flower that I put on them. I do it a little different than Dina. I made felt flowers for Molly, for my daughter, to go see Beauty and the Beast. And so these are the roses that I made. So I basically just took the same concept of how I make the roses and I turned them into felt flowers. I just didn't do the little scalloped edges on the roses for the Trolls headbands. And then I also didn't use any ribbon on the headbands either. I'm going to show you guys how to use the tool to tie the troll headband at the top, because the boys didn't want to have ribbon on their Trolls headbands. So I figured, why not figure out an alternative, especially if you are short on supplies. You know, I'm all about using what's in your house and what you have on hand. So that's what we did. You can also use, and I found it, when I got the headbands, they came with little rubber bands that held them all together, because there were like 25 headbands together. And a couple of the girls found those in my box and used those to put the troll headband together, so that they didn't have to worry about tying or anything. They just put the little, you know, those little tiny elastic hair ties. That's what they used for their headbands. So I'm almost done here. I have one more color and then we will be all set, and I'll show you how to tie up your headband with the tool that you have on hand. Let me get one more in here. Now, a great thing about movie night is that it kind of brings your community together. It allows the kids to see each other outside of school hours and really gives them a fun experience to enjoy a little bit of time with their friends. And then it also gives the parents some time to chit-chat and have some fun while they're at school and while they're with their kids. So I have this almost completed, and I am going to do the very last tie-on. So as you can see, I did alternate between just tying them on and then doing the little loop, so you can see the varying widths of how I did it. And then you're literally just going to bring it all, kind of fluff it out, get it all out, bring it all together. And then depending on which side you want to be the front and which side you want to be the back, you're going to grab a piece of tulle from the back and wrap it around. So you're going to take it and you're going to wrap it around the top like that. And then you're going to take the piece of tulle, put it underneath that top wraparound, and then pull it. And then that should bring everything together, so you don't need to have a ribbon or an elastic to hold your hair all together. So now that we're done with our headband, we're going to go ahead and get started on the flower. The flower is really easy, and I actually, when I was purchasing all of the headbands and all of the tulle from Amazon, I actually purchased felt flowers, and they did not come in with the rest of my order. They're actually scheduled to arrive any minute on my doorstep. So it was a little bit of a bummer, but I was able to make felt flowers and it was perfectly fine. So I have my hot glue over here. You can also use the little glue dots if you're just working with the kids and you don't want to get out your hot glue gun, or any other adhesive that would work pretty quickly, because the kids want to wear them as soon as you make them. So all I'm doing is I'm taking a square of felt and I'm cutting a circle out. I'm just making a very basic circle. You don't have to worry about the edges. You don't have to worry about, how pretty it is. You just do your own circle. So I have that cut out. And now I'm going to make a swirl pattern to cut out the flower so that it will become the swirl of the flower. So I just kind of cut around in a circle, going closer to the center. And this is the same thing that I use for the DIY Beauty and the Beast roses, except for I was using red for those. And then you get to the edge and you have this little tiny center. So you're going to take the center and you're going to pull it up. And then you're going to take the edge of the felt and you're going to wrap it around, creating a little bit of a cone on the back. So just keep on wrapping it around and around and around until your flower forms. And then once you get to forming your flower, you're then going to take your hot glue and you're going to glue the edge down so that it doesn't unravel on you. Now I've gotten it all the way down. I'm going to glue the edge. I'm going to show you real quick. Here's the flower, and then here's the edge. So I'm just going to put some hot glue right here on the edge and then put it back down on itself. There we go. And then I'm going to put the glue on the edge. And now we're going to make the petals, because you can't have a flower without a cute little petal. So here's the flower. Now the petals, I make a, sorry, let me get over here. I make like a pointed oval first, but I don't end there because I don't like the way that the oval looks when you just put the flower in the center of it, because it doesn't quite look like a leaf. So when you do the leaf like this and then you put the flower in the center, it doesn't quite look right because these aren't tapered into the rose. So what I do is I just make a little circle in the middle. So I cut into the center like that, and then I make a little hump for like a circle, and then I cut out of it to form that leaf, so you can see. And then you can fix it up if it doesn't look pretty like that. And then I flip it over and I do the exact same thing on the other side. You're creating a spot to glue the center of the flower, or the back of the flower, onto this felt piece, while giving the illusion of having two different leaves on there. See how that looks? It looks way better than if you were just gonna do the little pointed. So I'm gonna take my hot glue gun, put a little dollop on here. Again, you can use those glue dots instead if you're not using hot glue and if you want the kids to do it themselves. And then you just glue it right on here. And then I have my felt flower. Now you can do various different cuts on your circle or on your spiral to make it look like a different flower. For the roses, I do the scallop. You can do different, like you can do jagged edges. You can do just like a wavy pattern. Whatever makes, the look that you want your flower to take. And you can practice. You can do a bunch of different things. So once you have your felt flower, you're going to put it on your headband. A lot of the girls, instead of putting their flower on the side, decided to put their flower right here on the top. And I thought that was a great idea. It made it look unique. It made it look, different than all the other girls. And they created it. They figured out where they wanted their flowers. And then one of the moms who was there also said her idea for going to a Halloween party next year is she wants to be a troll. So she wants to be like Poppy in the movie, and she's going to put a felt headband all the way around with flowers out there, so it looks just like Poppy's hair in Trolls. So we've hot glued the flower on, and now we have the little top. I'm gonna trim the top so it looks a little bit more uniform, and then our headband, let me see, is complete. Again, you can do it the same color, you can do it different colors, and then when you wear it, I don't know if you guys can't see me, but it stands up. So I will share a picture of my daughter wearing hers from last night. And if you guys have a Trolls themed movie night and you make some, please share your photos with me in the comments below or on the wall. I would love to hear from you. This is Danielle with A Crafty Spoonful, and I hope to see you guys next week for another edition. Thank you, and have a great day.